What's up, YouTube? This is True Raw Forward TV. All right. So, one of my subscribers sent me this. This appears to be Shaq. I don't know exactly when, but probably from the way he looked, probably like in the late 90s, before he put on a lot of weight. So he might be about 325 right here, 330. And it says, as you can read, it says, players who could stop Shaq today. Now, this is what annoys me about these lists when people do this, right? Well, before I go forward, let's just look at the people that have listed. Giannis, Bam, Time Lord. For those of you who don't know who that is, that's Robert Williams III. Rudy Gobert, Clint Capella, Jokic, Draymond, LeBron, Miles Turner, Kawhi, Anthony Davis. Right? Now, what exactly would make anybody think? First of all, Shaq couldn't really play his game like he would back then. Couldn't stand the paint as much. Couldn't stand the post much, you know. But why would you think any of these guys could stop Shaq? What does that mean, by the way? What is define stop? You mean harangue him into a bad shooting night, or frustrate him? Because one-on-one, I've never seen prime Shaq really get stopped one-on-one by anybody. Prime Shaq. Like you could say Ben Wallace in 2004 in the finals, but I think that's the beginning of Shaq, exiting his prime. Plus he was hurt. I think he needed surgery on his foot or something, so he wasn't quite the same force. If you even watched him in the 2003-2004 season, you could see Shaq wasn't the same guy as he had been the first decade of his career. Now, you could say Olajuwon outplayed him, and guys had stretches like Rodman, or some others who slowed him down for stretches, but actually stopped him and consistently stopped him. No, that didn't happen. Not even from Dikembe Mutombo, who Shaq ate up in the 2001 NBA Finals. So I ask you, what makes people think that Giannis, 6'11", 250 pounds, or 260, what makes people think Bam, who's much smaller, what makes Time Lord, who can't fucking stay healthy to save his life, Rudy Gobert, who couldn't even score on old boy, what's his name, from the Lakers. Was with the Lakers, now he's with the Toronto Raptors. Oh boy, with the shit in his hair. Can't think of his name right now. Couldn't even stop him. Couldn't even score on this guy. and then Rudy Gobert, man, the guy has been getting outplayed and having fucking small point guards scoring him and shit. Patty Mills in the past, floaters. So he's going to stop Shaq. Rudy Gobert, who's more interested in being a European fucking male model and shit. Joker's a big guy. 6'11", 285 pounds, 280, whatever. But he's not going to stop Shaq physically. There's nobody in the NBA that's going to stop Shaq physically. And if you put him back in the 90s, none of these guys, Miles Turner, Kawhi, come on. Anthony Davis, LeBron, come on. Draymond, let's get serious, man. Physically. I watched Shaq play in his prime. Oftentimes, it took a team effort to slow him down. It took a team effort. mean, literally, when I saw Shaq get slowed down, it was against great defensive teams, and usually there was a lot of help, trapping, making Shaq overthink, make mistakes passing wise, get him out of sorts, make him rush, make him think too much. But if you're talking about somebody just using their brute strength and he's just going to dig in and stop Shaq, let me tell you something. Draymond, if he tried to guard Shaq, probably wouldn't be able to fuck anymore after trying to use his lower his lower legs, his lower center of gravity, trying to stop Shaq. That nigga hips gonna be disintegrated. His hips gonna be disintegrated, man. You might could do it for a quarter or even a half like Dennis Rodman. But a whole game and a whole playoff series, man, you better get the fuck up out of here. The only two guys that come to mind in the history of the NBA that I think could have slowed Shaq down physically, the two strongest players that ever played a motherfucking game, Wilton Norman Chamberlain and Artis Gilmore. And if you think I'm lying about that, go ask Robert Parrish, because he played against. Well, he didn't play against Wilt, but he did play against Artis Gilmore, and he played against Shaq. And he'll tell you, Artis Gilmore was stronger. He said Shaq was more athletic, but Artis Gilmore was even stronger than Shaq. And if Wilt could ragtag Artis, what does that tell you? Those are the only two guys I think that could possibly slow Shaq down. Possibly. But these dudes, come on. Nah. Now, skill-wise, yeah. Anthony Davis, Kawhi, even LeBron, Jokic, those guys, they have more skills, but then again, they're not all post players like Kawhi and LeBron. But come on. Root for, like Shaq's game was physicality. That was right up his alley. And the only guy that really could play like that, and that was his shit, was Gilmore. And Wilt could play like that too. No, come on. Anthony Davis, the dude don't even want to play center.